Okay, we're going to continue this video. That was a little bit of a interesting. They haven't tried to come up on the porch just yet. So if you didn't catch that first part, I was sitting here doing an introduction and they decided to come up on the porch with me. And of course they pooped on my porch. So anyway, we had to get that all cleaned up. I've been pretty much sitting out here. We got them here this morning at about 10:30 or so. I've been out here with them most of the day. I'm wanting to get them to be used to me walking around the yard. Also trying to watch out because I'm not worried about my dogs hurting them. I'm worried about them charging and kicking or stepping on my dogs. So that's kind of what I've been doing all day, is just keeping an eye on them. But earlier this morning we went out to the farm, the cattle farm where we got them from. Super duper nice family. And I say we helped them, but pretty much we were probably just in their way. But we did help corral them and get them in the chute and get them into the trailer. My son, Zachary, he's in the Navy. He's home for a visit for the weekend, and he got to help us out with that task, and it was fun to have him involved in that. But then tomorrow's my daughter's birthday, and we're going to have a bunch of teenagers over here, so it's just going to be a wild and crazy weekend. But anyway, we collected the cows, and then the gentleman followed us home, which luckily we're not very far, and he brought them in. And he stayed here with us for probably an hour, maybe a little more than an hour, just to make sure that they weren't going to be able to, freak out and run through the fence or tear the fence down. Or I guess if they were able to get away or get out of the yard, that he would somehow help us get them back in the yard. But they've been very content. We've tried to make sure they stay calm and fed and watered all day, and they're starting to let us pet them a little bit. And I was able to get close enough to them earlier to give them some alfalfa cubes, and they licked on, each of them licked on them, but they didn't actually eat them. So we might have to come up with something else for treats to train them, because they won't even eat their treats at this point. So I've been walking around a lot today, just going through the yard, picking up things that I'm noticing now, that I had never noticed before that could possibly harm them. But for the most part today, they've been standing in the back there behind the chicken, that red chicken coop right there that's in the back. They've been kind of standing behind and to the side of that. And then over on the other side of this blue tarped chicken coop. And they like to hang out right behind that pigeon pen. And then when they decide to walk, they just walk the perimeter of the yard, checking out everything. They've challenged the fence a little bit. I mean, very slightly. They kind of push their face on the fence, and when it doesn't give right away, they just continue walking the fence line. But we have a water trough set up there for them, and then they are also drinking out of the ducks' pools. But they sure have gotten extremely vocal and a lot more active as the sun's gone down. I'm guessing they're probably looking for their herd to bed down for the night. So hopefully they will go ahead and get comfortable and bed down somewhere and calm down for the evening. So there's Coco and Buddy and Patty. Y'all want to check out the dogs? What do you think? Are you guys smell each other? You guys smell them? Hey, ladies. Such a handsome steer. Look at him. Such a handsome steer. Hey, guys. Please don't eat my house. I asked nicely. Okay, let's just take down that gardenia. We didn't want that tree there anyway, did we? No. They're back over to say hi to the neighbors. We did introduce the cows to the neighbors, and luckily they are excited about them, and they think it's going to be exciting having them. They say that now. But we'll see how they feel about that when they are making all this racket in the middle of the night. Hopefully they'll be quiet in the night, but we'll see. I told my husband the other day all we need to do is get a couple of peacocks and a handful of guineas and we'll be the loudest people in the neighborhood. But I did tell John, my husband, that we needed to get a t-shirt for me that says, "Make farming fun again." Because I remember when we first got our chickens, the first time the rooster started crowing, we just were so full of excitement and it was so neat, and we just really enjoyed our first experiences with the chickens. And then when we started having turkeys and they would roost up on the porch railing, it was, you know, pretty much any barbecue in the backyard came to a screeching halt. So they just do not like those ducks at all. We might have to do something else with the ducks. This is Hussy. She's the one in the background back there. And Aflac is here in the front, and they are very old ducks. So I'm not sure how much of these cows that they're going to be able to put up with. They've done a really good job so far at being able to stay away from them and outrun their charges, but these ducks are getting kind of old, so we might have to do something else with them until we can get those cows in the backyard. So the ducks definitely need to be able to rest. They haven't had much rest today. Ruger has decided he likes sweet feed and all stock. But anyway, so far this chain link is 5.5 feet, and so far it's holding up pretty well. So far. I'm sure we'll run into all kinds of interesting lessons and all that good stuff, but oh, and by the way, these are Black Angus cows, in case you didn't know. The little one, Coco, is a mix between a dairy breed and an Angus. So the story we got on the little one is that she's actually older than the other two cows, and she was bottle fed. Her mom kind of neglected her, so they had to pull her off of her mama and bottle feed her. And her growth is just stunted. So we purchased the one heifer and the steer, and then basically they gave us the little one at no charge because she's probably not gonna ever be butcher size. But she's healthy and she is cute, and we just are loving up on her. We're going to try to fatten her up and see if we can get her to put on some weight and grow a little bit. But we'll see what happens with her. We're planning on keeping these cows here sometime between 1 year and 18 months before they go to slaughter. And we're also going to be deciding in that time whether we're going to do that ourselves or send them somewhere. So that's to be determined. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for the evening. I got some chicken and some country style pork ribs in the smoker with a little bit of mesquite wood chips. So we're going to have a delicious meal for dinner tonight and get ready for the party tomorrow with a bunch of teenage girls and boys. Lots of food, lots of music. My daughter's having a 1980s themed birthday party, so she's got lots of Journey and all kinds of 80s hits on her playlist for tomorrow, so that ought to be interesting. And she's also asked me to try to help her make a bulletproof poof like Mama had when I was in middle school. So we're gonna be busy tomorrow. Between the cows and the party, we're gonna be busy. But thank y'all for stopping in and watching, and hopefully y'all have a blessed evening. Till next time.